We've all been there. You stare at the blank page, cursor blinking, the pressure is on, the deadline is looming, and your mind feels like it's drawing a blank. You need to write an essay, an important one. Maybe it's for a class, a scholarship, or even a job application. But where do you even begin? Sound familiar? The ideas are swirling in your head, but putting them on paper seems impossible. Don't worry, you're not alone. This struggle is universal. Every writer, from Shakespeare to Stephen King, has faced the dreaded blank page. It's a rite of passage in the world of writing. The good news, there's a process, a tried and true method that can help you conquer that blank page. A way to break down the seeming insurmountable task into manageable steps. Steps that make the process less daunting and more approachable. It's called the writing process, a series of stages that guide you from brainstorming to final edits. Think of it like building a house. You need a solid foundation before you can start adding the walls and roof. You wouldn't just start nailing boards together, right? You need a plan, a vision of what the final product will look like. You'd start with a blueprint, a plan. This plan helps you stay organized and focused. The writing process is your blueprint for success. It provides structure and direction. It's a roadmap that guides you from that initial spark of an idea to a polished final product. Each stage builds upon the last, leading you closer to your goal. And the best part, it works for any type of writing, from essays to stories to even text messages. No matter the format, the process remains the same, ensuring your thoughts are clearly and effectively communicated. The writing process is usually broken down into 5 stages: pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. Each of these stages is essential in transforming your initial ideas into a polished piece of writing. Each stage plays a crucial role in crafting effective and engaging writing. Pre-writing involves brainstorming and organizing your thoughts. It's not always a linear process, though. Drafting is where you start putting your ideas into sentences and paragraphs. You might jump back and forth between stages as needed. That's okay. Revising allows you to refine your content, making sure your ideas are clear and well developed. The key is to understand each stage and how it contributes to the overall quality of your writing. Editing focuses on correcting grammar, punctuation, and spelling errors. Think of the writing process as a cycle, not a straight line. Publishing is the final step, where you share your work with others. You might realize you need to do more brainstorming while drafting, or you might need to gather more information to support your ideas. Or you might spot a grammatical error while revising. That's perfectly normal. Peer reviews can also provide valuable feedback during the revising stage. The writing process is flexible and adaptable to your individual needs as a writer. Remember, it's a journey that helps you improve your skills over time. So let's dive into each stage and see how it can help you conquer that blank page and produce your best work yet. Embrace the process and enjoy the journey of writing. Pre-writing is where the magic starts. It's the foundation of any great piece of writing. It's all about generating ideas and figuring out what you want to say. This is your chance to explore your thoughts and let your creativity flow. Imagine you're a detective gathering clues for a case. You're piecing together bits of information to form a complete picture. You need to do your research, ask questions, and explore different angles. This helps you build a strong foundation for your writing. There are tons of pre-writing techniques, but let's focus on 3 popular ones: mind mapping, free writing, and outlining. Each technique offers a unique way to organize your thoughts. Mind mapping is like creating a visual web of your thoughts. It's a great way to see the connections between your ideas. Start with your main topic in the center and branch out with related ideas, keywords, or even doodles. This can help you see the bigger picture and how everything fits together. Free writing is all about getting words on the page without judgment. It's a way to let your thoughts flow freely. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes and just write whatever comes to mind, even if it's just, I don't know what to write. This can help you overcome writer's block and get your creative juices flowing. Outlining is more structured. It involves creating a hierarchical framework of your main points and supporting details. This helps you organize your thoughts in a logical order. Experiment with different techniques and see what works best for you. Remember, pre-writing is a personal process and there's no right or wrong way to do it. The goal is to find a method that helps you unleash your ideas and set the stage for your writing journey. Drafting is where you turn those jumbled ideas into sentences and paragraphs. Don't worry about perfection at this stage. Just focus on getting your thoughts down on paper or screen. Think of it like sketching a rough draft of a drawing. You're not worried about the finer details yet, just the overall composition. Remember, it's called a rough draft for a reason. It's going to be messy, and that's okay. Don't get bogged down by grammar, punctuation, or even word choice at this point. Just write freely and let your ideas flow. You can always go back and revise later. The important thing is to get something down on paper that you can work with. Section 5, Stage 3, Revising, the big picture. Revising is where you put on your critical thinking cap and evaluate your writing with a fresh perspective. This is where you focus on the big picture elements like content, organization, and clarity. Think of it like rearranging furniture in a room. You're not changing the furniture itself, just its placement to create a more cohesive and aesthetically pleasing space. Ask yourself questions like, is my thesis statement clear and arguable? Do my supporting paragraphs flow logically? Are there any gaps in my reasoning or evidence? This is also a great time to get feedback from others. A fresh pair of eyes can often spot areas for improvement that you might have missed. Section 6, Stage 4, Editing, nitpicky but necessary. Editing is all about the nitty-gritty details, grammar, punctuation, spelling, and sentence structure. This is where you polish your writing to make it clear, concise, and error-free. Think of it like proofreading a recipe before you start baking. You want to make sure you have all the right ingredients and measurements before you pop it in the oven. Read your writing slowly and carefully, paying attention to every word and punctuation mark. It can be helpful to read your work aloud to catch errors you might miss when reading silently. You can also use online grammar and spell checkers, but don't rely on them entirely. They're not always accurate and can sometimes miss contextual errors. Section 7, Stage 5. Publishing, share your masterpiece. Publishing is the final stage of the writing process, and it's where you get to share your hard work with the world. In a high school context, publishing might mean submitting your essay to your teacher, presenting it to your class, or even posting it online. The important thing is to share your writing with an audience. Publishing your work can be nerve-wracking, but it's also incredibly rewarding. It allows you to share your ideas, receive feedback, and see your writing come to life. Remember, every writer, from beginners to best-selling authors, goes through the same writing process. So, embrace the journey, be proud of your work, and don't be afraid to share your voice with the world with Section 8. Practice makes progress. Keep writing. The writing process is a journey, not a destination. The more you write, the better you'll become at each stage of the process. Don't be afraid to experiment, make mistakes, and learn from your experiences. Remember, even the most experienced writers were once beginners, so keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep writing.